Good afternoon. This is Carl Self, the Washington Mortgage Professor. I want to thank you for stopping by to view my video. Today is actually a monumental day based upon the Federal Open Market Committee's announcement yesterday to purchase mortgage-backed securities in the amount of $750 billion. Woohoo! This is great news because what that means is that they're stabilizing the interest rates at these historic lows throughout the remainder of 2009. So if you're thinking about buying a house or refinancing, there has never been a better time. There is a negative to this, but let's go through why we should act fast first, and then I'll share with you the negative and get back to some positive. The reason you need to act fast if you're in the market to buy a house is because I potentially see this creating another seller's market like we saw 2 to 3 years ago, where you went to buy a house, you had to put an escalator clause in it. There were multiple offers on the properties, and it made it very difficult to get the seller to contribute towards closing costs, to get the sellers to give up a little in price. So potentially that market will return before the end of the year. So if you're thinking about buying, now is the most opportune time to get out there. If you're thinking about refinancing, rates are going to stay stable for a while, but products have changed so quickly. They've went away. They've limited cash out amounts, so the ability to pay debt down, and the pricing structure for the refinances is changing on a daily basis. So if you're thinking about refinancing, now is also a good time to do that before the products go away or the guidelines change and make it tougher or more expensive to get what you're looking for. I know that the Fed Open Market Committee is doing all they can. And the other factor to this that could be a negative is inflation. And what we need to be careful of is that the federal banks are basically saying we're going to print more money so we can buy mortgages. And what that does is it devalues the dollar so that you have to actually spend more to get the same thing. For example, a gallon of milk costs $3 today. The value of the dollar is no longer a dollar, it's 75 cents. You're going to pay $4 for that same gallon of milk. This is going to happen, but the question is, when will it catch up? And when it does, interest rates are going to have to go up to offset it regardless of what the feds are buying. And also, prices are going to go up. So it's going to get very expensive to maintain what you're doing. So my personal recommendation is, as fast as possible, do what you need to do, whether it be buy your dream home at the price you can afford and get a payment that's actually palatable as well on this same property. We're in a time where these opportunities have never been available, but one other opportunity in my life, and I'm 46 years old. So these opportunities don't come up very often, and because they're here, you need to act fast. Interest rates are at all-time record lows. Property values have declined, and I don't think that we're going to see them decline a whole lot more because of what the federal bank is doing to try and stave off not a recession, but a depression, a devaluation even further. They're trying to stave off the devaluation of homes and at least create some stability. So now is an opportune time to actually go out there and get the sellers to contribute, to negotiate the price you can afford on the home of your dreams. Because there's enough inventory out there, there's never been a better time. If you're going to refinance, products and guidelines change so fast. Now is the most opportune time to get what you need before they change. I have a customer just the other day. They asked for a couple additional pieces of documentation that he'd never had to give before. And he was fairly upset because it is what it is, and he couldn't do anything about it. And I tried to get the conditions waived, but you can't change things now. The market has changed so dramatically that they're going to ask for more. So if you ever wanted to do something, now is the time before these guidelines or products change or disappear altogether. Again, this is Carl Self, the Washington Mortgage Professor. Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like help with a purchase or refinance loan, or you want to sit down for a personal planning strategy session with a professional, feel free to give me a call, 206-714-2778. You may also email me, cself@guildmortgage.net. You can call me again, 206-714-2778. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.